this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you are all here. We are doing a pick a card today, and the question, what are you manifesting? It's always good to check in and see kind of what we're manifesting right now. Sometimes we're manifesting things that we're not even consciously aware we're doing. So let's check in with the energy and see what we're manifesting. I have 3 decks set out here today along with my Oracle card deck. I have the Messenger Oracle with my clear quartz to open up the energy. I have the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot with Carnelian. I have the Tarot in Wonderland with Malachite. And I have the Wizard's Tarot with Hematite. All right, friends, we're going to jump right into it. This is what I'm going to do. I am going to live shuffle, and then I'll be setting out 3 piles, for which then I will invite you to select your pile. I will put timestamps in. I'll put a stamp in for the shuffling and for the selection and for each pile. That way you can jump around easily. All right, with that all being said, let's get started. Okay, here we are. We have 3 piles set out here for you to choose from. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is calm your mind. Think of the question, what am I manifesting in my life? See where your attention is drawn and select your pile. If you need extra time, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, let's find out what's going on. What are you manifesting, pile 1? Okay, we're going to take a look at our Oracle card first. Be patient. Oh, isn't that the truth? When manifesting things, patience is the ingredient we all need, and probably we all need a little more of. Manifestation can take a while sometimes, and we get feeling like, hey, nothing's happening, things like that. But we can't give up too soon because manifestation is a process, right? All right, so what are we manifesting? You're being asked to be patient about. Okay, you're manifesting something that you've been working on actually quite diligently, it seems like. Now, remember, when we manifest things, we can do this consciously, but remember, a lot of times unconsciously, we're manifesting other things, right? So what this is showing me so far is that there is some active manifestation going on. But I think you are really probably overly noticing what's not here, what's not happening. We have our 9 of Pentacles here. 9 of Pentacles is all about success. This is a card that represents attainment. So getting what it is that you deserve when you've worked for it and achieved something, right? Well, that's what we want. And we have to be patient to have that happen sometimes, right? Well, that makes a lot of sense why that one showed up. We also have our 5 of Swords here, and the 5 of Swords is it talks about rushing in too soon. It's talking about being overconfident. This is perfect with our be patient card. It seems to me that you are, really trying to manage the process of manifestation. And this is saying, you know what, you're rushing it, even while it probably doesn't seem like you're rushing it, right? You're rushing it, so things aren't turning out the way that you want them to, because you're probably being impatient. Our Queen of Swords says you're trying to manage the process a little too closely. Now, think about it. Manifestation. The way we manifest things is we get our emotions in check and in line with our thoughts. So if we're sitting here focusing on the fact that something isn't here yet, what are we doing? What are we manifesting? We're manifesting more opportunities to see that it's not here. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's very important, because that's what it looks like is happening right now. You are manifesting more waiting. You are manifesting more of it not showing up. You are thinking a little too much, too deeply, and unfortunately, maybe you're hinging your thoughts onto the observation that it's not showing up yet. Totally easy to do. Not at all shaming you in any way, but it's like we don't notice we're doing these things sometimes, right? I know I don't. So it's easy to do when you're used to thinking a certain way, especially. And when you have eyes, of course you notice it's not there because you have eyes, right? So it's hard, but what we have to do is we have to flip it. We have to flip it. And that's what our Nine of Swords is saying. We have to be, instead of noticing it's not here, we can say, it's not here yet. Or I can't wait for it to arrive. Or I can't wait for this to happen. We're tripping over ourselves here with manifestation. We need to be more patient. We need not to try to manage it and micromanage the manifestation process. We have to have what we want in our mind, and we have to feel what it would feel like to have it, not feel what it feels like to not have it, or to be frustrated, or to be impatient, because otherwise, what are we bringing? More to be impatient about. So you're kind of getting in your own way. Now, but I have good news. There is something that you've been working on that is about to pop. We do have our Ace of Wands here. That tells me this is growth and effort, because it's wands. And the Ace tells me that there is something brand new coming. So you are, whatever you've been working on something, and it is about to pop, but you've kind of made it take longer than it needed to. So what is it that you're working on manifesting right now? I'm not seeing a huge thing about money. I'm not seeing a huge thing about love. But what I am seeing is kind of more material things. Not sure if that's kind of what you're looking for right now. And, and that might not be the case. But I am saying that because we have Pentacles. Pentacles is everyday life. So stuff in your everyday life, right? If I had a bunch of pentacles, I might say money. If there was a bunch of cups, I would say you're manifesting some love. I am seeing more swords than anything. So the word swords are all talking about thoughts and ideas. Well, what are we doing when we manifest? We're using our thoughts and ideas. So you're too wrapped up in your head. You're too wrapped up. You got to get your thoughts in line with your emotions. And we have to be true about what our emotions are. We can't just sit there and think, I want this to happen. Because if we don't check in with our feelings, we're usually most likely feeling what it feels like not to have it. That's what inspires us to want something, right? That we don't have it. We can't focus on that. We have to imagine what it feels like to have it. And be patient. We've got to be patient. Again, not sure what you're working on, but you are manifesting something that might have to do with something material. And again, the huge message is that you got to get out of your own way and line up your thoughts with your emotions to manifest more quickly. Woo! This one was really informative, pile one. What do you think? Ooh, I would love to hear. Law of attraction is one of my favorite things. So drop me a comment. Let me know if this makes sense, if it was helpful. And as always, please make sure you hit subscribe. I never want you to miss out on anything. And it would really help me out too. So I would appreciate it. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Pile number 2. All right, pile 2. What are you manifesting? Let's find out. Okay. We're going to look at our oracle card first. See the truth. Okay. Well, we need to see what these are, of course, but seeing the truth. You know, a lot of times with manifestation, we think we're manifesting things that we're actually kind of derailing with our own thoughts and emotions. We don't realize it because we're thinking about something that we want, or that a situation that we want. And while we're thinking of it, we think that thought is activating the manifestation, when it's really not that thought necessarily. It is a combination of the thought and the emotion that is connected to the thought. So, for example, sometimes we might say, okay, I want to manifest a happy, positive relationship in my life. Well, we've said this statement. That sounds pretty straightforward. But if I'm sitting here saying that, thinking, oh, I'm alone, or oh, God, I wish it would happen, or oh, I'm so tired of waiting, meh. Do you see what I'm really sending out there? I'm sending out, oh, I'm so tired of waiting. Oh, I hope this will happen, meh. And I'm bringing more to myself, more of waiting, more of wanting more to happen. Do you see? So your thoughts have to line up with your emotions. See the truth. What is your statement? What is your manifestation goal? Is it lining up with your emotions? Ooh, okay. Let's see what these are. All right. Well, you're manifesting, definitely. All right. Well, we start off here with our Page of Swords. This talks about somebody who's really adaptable, really kind of a fast learner. This is you, my dear. This is a court card. Court cards often represent personality types, and I am willing to say that this is representative of you. Our Page of Swords is somebody who's very curious, really wants to learn more, is a very adaptable type of person. So you seem to be the ideal person to manifest, right? But remember what I said, it's almost like we need practice to get our thoughts and our emotions kind of lined up. So it's not necessarily a bad thing or that it's unusual, but it's like we need to see the truth about it and get it in line. I have a feeling that just actually seeing this reading and having this sort of new reminder about that, things are going to change. We got the Death card. Now, stop. Death does not mean death. Nobody's dying. The Death card means, it's actually pretty cool. The Death card means the death of a chapter and the beginning of a new one. So, you know, you're very adaptable. So seeing how to maybe just tweak how you're manifesting things, you know, you're adaptable. So you can do this, and it's going to change things. You're going to shift the balance of energy, and you're going to be able to bring it to you now that you know this. Well, how do I know that you're going to be able to do this? Because we got our Three of Cups. That's how I know. The Three of Cups is all about celebrating a new endeavor of the heart and things like that. If you are you know, trying to manifest something to do with family, a relationship, some sort of connection with others, this is really looking favorable for you. If you are trying to manifest something else in your life, which I'm getting a clue that you might be actually, but you know, this would also speak to the celebration that would happen when you successfully manifest something, right? Doesn't necessarily mean you'd be standing there in a field with cake and cups and dancing, but you know, that happy, jubilant feeling of accomplishment, right? So, you know, we've got something happening on the emotional front, personal relationships, but we also have something, if you're trying to manifest something that has to do with your everyday life, like juggling two things. Are you thinking about moving? Are you thinking about getting a new car? Are you thinking about getting something of consequence in your life? So we're not talking about, ooh, I hope to get that great cup of coffee tomorrow, or, you know, I'm thinking about getting some new sheets for the bed. You know, that's all well and good, but we're talking big things. Like, are you thinking about moving to a new house, a new car or something big? Something big. Something big is looking like it's percolating. And the celebration could just be because of this, but I have to keep saying I'm pulling in a social thing in there with relationships. So you might have two things going on. I see you working, working, working. You're thinking, thinking, thinking. We've got the Six of Swords and the Four of Swords. Swords are all about thoughts and ideas. Now, you, my dear, why I think we're see the truth. Another reason is because we have our Six of Swords. You're carrying thoughts with you that you don't need to have. You're carrying thoughts with you that you don't want to carry with you. Meaning, not that you don't personally want it like a preference, meaning I'm telling you, you don't want those thoughts. You're carrying thoughts that are kind of maybe detracting from your path. Remember, see the truth. So how are your thoughts and emotions lining up together? This shows me that they are not. So that could be what is part of the holdup. We are getting some action. We're manifesting something. But this card here indicates you need to take a new direction. Perhaps this reading was exactly what you needed to just try to line up those thoughts. We all do it. Our emotions have a tendency to kind of take over, and we are humans. We operate on that until we retrain our thinking, right? Manifestation is not just let me think about it. It's the whole package. It's the whole connection and how thoughts and feelings work together to put out the highest energy, right? So this shows me that you're going to go back into it and really be coming through and lining up those two energies, right? So we got some good stuff. I think we have some really good advice of how to manifest and to really line up your manifestation journey right now with whatever it is you're focusing on. I do think there are two things popping right now, and it could be a social or a relationship type of aspect, but also I'm seeing two kind of big things in regular everyday life things, big things like car or home. But yes, we have the strong message that you need to readjust so that you're not dragging yourself down with the thoughts that you don't need or the emotions that you don't need. Does that make sense? Woo! Pile 2, this was pretty informative. What do you think? I would love to hear about what you're manifesting. Drop me a comment. Let me know. I'm a huge believer in the law of attraction, and it's kind of one of my things. So I'm really excited to do this reading for you. I hope it was helpful. Please let me know. And if you haven't already, please make sure you hit subscribe on your way out. It means so much to me, and I never want you to miss out on a video. All right, friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Pile number 3. All right, pile 3. What are you manifesting? Let's find out. Okay, we're going to take a look at our oracle card first. Make the sacrifice. Ooh, okay. Well, as we all know with manifestation, we're working with the law of attraction. And sometimes some of our thoughts, while yes, they are valid thoughts, or yes, they reflect something that we desire or that we need in our lives, sometimes we have to decide what doesn't serve us anymore and let that go. Now, let that go, meaning let that go for real. Not, I say for real, like yes, like literally let it go. A lot of times we think we've let things go when we really have not. So making the sacrifice, sometimes we focus our attention on what feels good when it doesn't really serve us and it's actually getting in the way of our manifestation. Let's see what these are, and we'll be able to pull this in a little more clearly. Okay, well, we've got a lot of court cards here. We've got our King of Pentacles, our Knight of Wands, and our Knight of Pentacles, all different suits. But this is, making the sacrifice. This kind of what this makes me think of is that you're a little bit all over the place, that you're kind of all over the place with your thinking about how you want things to go. Um, here I've got that helpful, caring vibe of, let's share and be generous. And then here I'm having the vibe of the Knight of Wands is telling me like, I'm going to be actively, managing this process, and I'm going to go get it, and I'm going to make it happen. A lot of power, passion, fire, heat, like that kind of feeling. And then we've got our Knight of Pentacles saying, well, I'm going slowly because I really want to line up my feelings and my thoughts and things like that. So that's what I'm getting. You're manifesting. You're kind of all over the place with your thoughts. Make the sacrifice. This does not mean that you should not think what you think or feel how you feel, but you have to be very focused when you're manifesting. We focus our thoughts, and with those thoughts, we channel the feelings that we will have when these thoughts come true. Not just the feelings like, oh, I really want it because it would make me happy and this and that. And no, that's like bringing more to say, clearly that was, you're not having that yet, right? You're not happy. That's why you're saying that. You have to put it in the context of how it will feel. I will feel so fulfilled. I can imagine feeling it. And that's just it. You can't just say it. You got to imagine what it would feel like to have whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. Feel it, not just think it. You have to feel it, and you have to check in and make sacrifices. If you're being impatient and being like, yes, I feel it, I know it, but I want it now. Well, guess what else you're putting in there? Into the little manifestation stew that you're making. You're putting in energy that's like, I'm not getting it. I want it. I don't have it. You don't want that, because what are you bringing then? More examples and experiences of not having it. You have to line up your thoughts with your feelings. You're all over the place. This talks about a little bit of inexperience. Now, I'm not sure if manifestation is something new to you. If that's the case, then that is why this is coming in. If not, it could actually be the opposite case. What I find with this card can sometimes be people who think they're very experienced when they're not. And that's not an insult. We all have had an instance where we've been in that position. We think we're the master, and we've actually kind of not doing it well at all sometimes. We need to reevaluate things. So I think that's what the card is saying here. You're all over the place. You're trying to manifest a lot of things, or your approach is just kind of all over the place. So you need to really get in line. If you are feeling like I'm a master manifester, I know what's going on. Well, this says, kind of reevaluate that, make a sacrifice. Well, what is that? Feeling like I'm a master manifester. We get something out of that emotionally, right? We feel pride. We feel, power in the sense. It starts, the emotional scale starts tipping over to different types of emotions, when that's not the emotion. That would be bringing more things to feel powerful about or prideful about, or, which, on the surface, it sounds like, well, yeah, I want to feel prideful and things like that. But don't you see how it can be like a spiral? If you think about those things, you're going to find things that make you not feel prideful. It's a tricky bag, to try to get it in line sometimes. And that's why the reason I'm mentioning this and kind of rambling, I apologize, is because it looks like you're all over the place. You're all over the place with thoughts and feelings, and you got to get them in line. Our manifestation, I want a happy relationship in my life. Okay, put that out there. That's my thought. I want a happy relationship. I'm imagining it. You can even be imagining, well, it's somebody who has blue eyes, and they have a great job, and they do this and they do that. Okay, yeah, those are still thoughts. Now your feelings. How will it feel when you meet that person? Well, I'll feel security because they have a lot of money. Oh, it'll feel so secure. I will feel warm and fuzzy because this person is going to be fulfilling my soul. This person is going to be very attentive to me, and I can't wait to feel that I am honored. Do you see how I keep sticking a feeling in there too? Like, I will feel honored, not just I want somebody to be attentive, because see, that gets tricky, because then why do you say that? Because you feel like you're not getting attention. Do you see? So you have to line up the actual feeling, not just describe the feeling. You have to feel it. Do you see? Do you see how it connects? Ooh, okay, so let's keep going. We're here with our Eight of Wands and our Three of Pentacles. I have great news for you. You are manifesting. You are manifesting appropriately. Once you kind of get this in check, I think it'll come faster for you because we have the Eight of Wands right after this. Getting some practice in it, tightening it up, tighten it up a bit up here. Here we practice, and here it comes. The Eight of Wands comes flying in there. Notice the wands all flying out the window. This is coming fast. It's a big change. Here's our Three of Pentacles. This talks about success based off of your past work. What is your past work? All the manifestation work you're doing, what we just described, the thoughts, the feelings, and how they line up together. So, that you will have success. Right now, though, I think you are kind of all over the place. Let's pull one more because I'm not seeing what the successful manifestation is. And your question is, what are you manifesting? We've gotten some advice as to how to tighten it up and how to speed it up. But let's just pick a card there. See, what are you manifesting? Oh, Queen of Wands. Wow. Well, if you're looking at being more in control of your life, if you're looking at having a better job, if you're looking about having just better relationships, this is your card. This is a court card. So we've got a personality type of issue going on right now. Well, not issue, but situation. This is the success card. She is part of the power couple. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands are who we want to be. So this does talk about success. Now, what are you doing right now that you need success for? I'd be curious to know. I wish we were sitting right across from each other. I'm curious to know. Manifestation and law of attraction are my favorite things in the world. Yes. Okay. So wisdom, something about, you need to know. The Hermit talks about wisdom. So circling back, we have that wisdom that we've just learned and we've just discovered, and we're going to tighten it up, right? We're going to tighten up with our thinking and our thoughts, right? But also we're talking about a wise person, somebody who's wise, paired up with our Queen of Wands. You are manifesting something that is it a new job? I'm wondering if it's a new job, even though she is not Pentacles. Pentacles is the suit of work, but she's somebody who gets promoted. She is somebody who is elevated in some way. So if it's not a job, it is something in terms of winning in some way, being a winner, even in relationships. I don't want to say you're the winner, in a relationship, but it feels like you're going to get what you're looking for. So we're seeing something as being at the top of your game. The top of your game. I don't see materialistic things. So if you're talking about manifesting a car, something like that, I'm not seeing that. I am talking about something. Your own standing is going to be elevated in some way, whether that's in a relationship or at work, or but you're elevating your standing in some way. You're winning something. That's the way to say it. You're winning. Oh my goodness. Well, that's good. Oh my God, I wish we were sitting right across from each other. I would love to know more about what you're manifesting. Please drop a comment, let me know. And as always, if you have any suggestions or anything like that you would like me to do future pick-a-cards on, let me know that as well. All right, my friend, I want to thank you so much for letting me read for you, and please hit subscribe on your way out. Thank you.